Hi.
You all right, sir?
Hi, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Yeah.
Why do you think I'm filming you?
If you're not aware of who this guy is, he's a guy that goes by the name CyclingMikey. And what CyclingMikey does is he spends a good portion of his day cycling around the Regent's Park area of London, trying to catch people on their phones while driving. And when he's not doing that, he's either in court giving evidence to try and get these people prosecuted or arguing with strangers on Twitter. Now, I just want to start off by saying there are a lot of for and against arguments for what he's doing. For the record, I'm against what he's doing, and I'll tell you why in a bit. But the main for argument for his actions are he's keeping the road safer by reporting these people, and in some cases, yeah, sure, yeah, definitely. But in a lot of ways, I don't think he is actually keeping the road safer, and we'll talk about that in a sec. This is just like my own theory. The only thing I think he's actually having a, I guess, positive impact on, like with the cause he's trying to go for, is the psychological side of it. Like, I don't drive. I moved to London when I was 18, where it is basically pointless to drive. And by the time I left that gruesome city, the system was so backed up after COVID, I can't even get a driving instructor, let alone a test. But CyclingMikey and people like him must strike the fear of God into the hearts of drivers that use their phones. I've really tried to be as balanced as I can with this video because I understand there are two sides. I've written out a lot of points I want to make just so I make sure I get, you know, all my points I want to make out. But every time I've sat down to watch one of his videos or read something about him, I become instantly infuriated. And look, I do understand his perspective and why he's doing what he is. I just don't agree with the way he's doing it. I think it is massively overzealous. Like, this guy is the type of person to report his mate to the police for watching the Premier League on a Fire Stick. He is the ultimate grass, and I feel as though in recent years, grassing on people has had a bit of a resurgence. Like, it isn't a shameful thing to do anymore. Like, even at primary school, if you told on someone for something minor, the teacher would sometimes pull you aside and very nicely say, "Don't be a grass. Nobody likes a grass." And honestly, I think that's very good wisdom. Of course, if someone is like driving while on their phone, that's bad and dangerous, and Mikey does a good job of catching people doing that. We saw recently with that fucking idiot Jack Doherty being stupid, staring at his phone while driving and nearly killing someone. But the majority of the time he catches people, they're in standstill traffic, which, I mean, look, you shouldn't be on your phone. Of course not. It impairs your reaction times and all that. You know, it's illegal, I guess. But Mikey takes this weird vigilantism thing to the next level, where instead of going, "Oh, look, you know, mate, I've got you on camera, you really shouldn't be doing that, I'm not going to take it any further, but someone else might, so be careful, don't do that again." To which the driver would probably respond with something positive and would be far less likely to do that again. But instead of that, he opts to film them, try and antagonize them by saying he's going to get 6 points put on their license, reports them to the police, and then uploads the footage onto YouTube to embarrass them. It is fucking insanity. Now, this is where I get onto my point of where I think he's not actually making the road safer in a way. This is just my own, you know, crackpot theory, but regardless, like, it's okay, if someone caught you checking your phone while in traffic, maybe you're not in the best mood already, maybe you're awaiting some bad news, and then all of a sudden you get a knock on your window and there's a guy with a GoPro stuck to his head going, "Oh, nah, mate, yeah, you're gonna have your license taken away." Are you not gonna be absolutely fucking fuming? And as a result, your driving will become far worse because your judgment is impaired. I feel as though going up and antagonizing a driver and making them angry and far more prone to mistakes is kind of counterintuitive to what he's wanting to achieve. But anyway, this content did start from a good place. He talks in his videos a lot about how his dad tragically died by getting hit by a drunk driver when he was 19, and that's his motivation to do this, which is very noble. But I still really do not like the content. I think one of the most deplorable pieces of content he's ever posted, and also I've just realized how long I've gone on talking without like showing what I'm actually really talking about. I showed a clip in the intro, but like I haven't really shown what I'm talking about yet. Anyway, one of the most deplorable pieces of the content he's ever posted is this video titled "He Begged and Begged, Lost His Green Badge," which is like it's like a badge you need to be a taxi driver. And he has this fucking weird complex where he seems to think he's this authority figure amongst everyone else. "He begged and begged me for mercy." Shut up. And when you watch the video, you'll realize the guy he's like caught is a guy on the fucking edge, and he's just mocking it and trying to ruin his life. He even puts his reg plate in the title, which I'm obviously not going to show, but like, why do that? I'm going to blur the guy in the video's face because I'm absolutely certain he does not want to be in this, but it's not blurred in Mikey's original video.
Mate, that's your green badge gone, you know that.
So the video starts off with Mikey antagonizing a separate person who we're mainly going to be talking about, telling him he's effectively lost his job, which, as I said before, I don't think is a very intuitive way of making the road safer. You know, telling a guy behind the wheel he's just lost his job. That's fucking mental. And also, like, I don't know, there seems to be something around trying to get people sacked nowadays, which is fucking mental as a gotcha. Like, you'll see it on Twitter where someone will say something someone doesn't like, and then they'll be like, oh, is this where you work? I think this is where you work, actually. I've just emailed your boss and you're going to get fired. What are you doing? Like, fucking, what? When did that become a gotcha, taking away someone's livelihoods?
It's your green badge.
Oh no, please can you forgive me for that?
I have a think about it. I don't promise anything. I just caught the guy behind you as well. They're also a taxi.
Listen, please,
I understand the consequences, you know.
kids this week.
I understand the consequences. That's why I said I'm going to think about
Yeah,
it.
mate, shut up. Didn't you hear him? He said, oh, think about it, all right? Oh, you got kids to feed. All right, but you've been caught checking your phone in standstill traffic, you bastard. You could have killed someone. But look, the benevolent Cycling Mikey might give you a second chance. He might grant you that. Or he might just report you to the police anyway, try and take your livelihood away, and publicly humiliate you by uploading footage of you pleading for YouTube content.
No, I apologise.
I get your stress.
I've got 3 kids. I'm gonna lose everything. I'll lose
I know.
my house.
All I can promise you is I'm going to have a think about it. I don't
brother.
promise anything,
Please.
which will at least leave you with the one thing of 2
never
weeks
do
of
that
not
again.
knowing.
That's even worse. The anticipation of maybe I won't lose my livelihood and my house and not be able to feed my kids. The anxiety that caused must be unfathomable. Like, Cycling Mikey really does not give a fuck. And when you see someone with so little empathy for people who, like, don't get me wrong, they've done wrong. Like, he shouldn't be doing that. Like, let's be real, he should not be doing that. But they haven't done something abhorrent and unforgivable and worthy of them getting sacked over. When you see someone treat someone else like that, you become far, far less sympathetic to their cause. And look, there's 2 sides to this, right? There's 2 ways you can go about being Cycling Mikey. One way is exactly like this. Take no prisoners, report them all, and get across to the public that they should stay off their phones or Mikey will get you. But as a result, you create a massive amount of division and tension between cyclists and motorists, which is already an ongoing culture war. And also the general public, a lot of cyclists included, will not care about your cause just because of the lack of, like, empathy you show for others. The other way is, like I said before, knock on their window, give them a warning, be peaceful about it, and try and spread a message that way. Of course, the message may not be as strong, but I still think you would have an impact without trying to ruin people's lives for small mistakes like these.
Don't assume anyone that I catch is a bad person.
My whole life's gonna go. I'll end up killing myself.
I understand.
I'll end up killing myself, mate.
Right, you have a good day.
Jesus Christ. A guy threatens to off himself because he'll lose everything over a small error, and you dismiss him by going, yeah, have a nice day, and upload the footage of him saying that. Cycling Mikey, you are cold. Wow, and not in a good way. I think things go to another level from just, you know, catching someone on their phone and going, oh, you're gonna lose your job, mate, and then you're having a bit of back and forth with them. Things go to a different level when someone says they'll do something like that with that level of sincerity. Even if you're going the take no prisoners, strike the fear of God route, you have to reconsider at that point and let that one go. Like, just write that one off. Surely that is just a risk that is absolutely not worth taking.
Oh, yeah, this is about the taxi driver video you'll see shortly. He was lucky. I checked with the police and they told me that they ran out of time for it to be presented before the court.
The police must be so fucking fed up with this guy. Oh, what's that? What's that, boss? We had 4 stabbings today? All right, let's investigate. And then this guy comes bumbling into the station. I got footage of someone on their phone in traffic. Yeah, mate, I'll take priority.
You'll see from his begging, though, that he absolutely knew he was doing wrong.
Yeah, no shit. He said sorry about 50 times.
And yeah, it's the first time I really considered not reporting somebody.
Oh, well, that is real good of you, Mike. That's real good of you. You still did it, though, didn't you? And uploaded the footage to humiliate him on YouTube.
So anyway, I'm glad he probably still has his taxi license.
This man utterly bewilders me. If you're glad he didn't get punished, why did you take the time to report him? What were you trying to achieve? Like, I just don't get him. Like, why are you glad he still got his taxi license if that was what you were trying to take away? Cycling Mikey is what would happen if you gave AI the ability to police. Like, absolutely no context or emotions are taken into account with any of what he does. It's just, oh, this person has done something that is against the law, I will report them. He clearly believes himself to be this authority over people, and that's another thing that's really annoying. He's like he's a guy in his 50s that basically spends his day playing traffic police officer. And you can see his own perceived authority and ego come out in this video. Wobbly moped driver gives whale eye, whatever that means. And I just want to say before this clip, he is absolutely right with this one. A guy's riding a moped while having his phone in one hand and staring at it. But it's just what he says after he catches him.
Carry on. I'm that person. I'm that guy.
What guy?
You know the one, you've seen me.
I mean, he clearly doesn't know who you are because he's still on TikTok or whatever. And I love how that's the first thing he says. Yeah, I'm that guy. You know the one. I'm that guy. And this guy's just like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? I don't like either of the people in this video. This idiot actually deserves to lose his license because he's watching TikTok or Snapchat or something while driving a moped. And Mikey's just there going, oh, you know who I am, don't you? You know who I am? I'm famous. I've got a YouTube channel. I've got videos of people getting caught driving with their phones. You don't know who I am? No, stop lying. I'm the fearsome Cycling Mikey. It's fucking daft. This whole situation is so daft. I do get the feeling he just loves stirring shit, and part of the reason why he does this is to stir shit. Like, we've got this video where at the start someone is dangerously cycling and Mikey calls him an arsehole.
Asshole.
Fair play, because he was being an arsehole. But I think you're playing a dangerous game with that. Like, just calling someone an arsehole in London. But then later in the video, he just calls someone else an arsehole for pretty much no reason.
Asshole. They went through a red light right next to me.
Right, so he went through a red light on his bike. He shouldn't do that, but unlike the other guy, he posed absolutely no danger to anyone. Let's analyse this. Right, so on the left side, there's no one crossing. On the right side, there is someone crossing, but he's miles away. There's no way him cycling would impact him crossing the roads. There's no vehicles to the right of Mikey that would obstruct his view of the pedestrian crossing. Yes, he shouldn't have ran a red light, but did it pose any danger to anyone? No. Like, you're just calling some guy an arsehole for a very small reason. Like, the amount of time I see cyclists cycle through red lights, it's insane. There's, like, most of them do it. Very rarely is it I see a cyclist stop at a red light. To me, this just seems like he's on smoke to try and get content. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the internet phenomenon that is Cycling Mikey. This video could have been longer. It could have been about 5 hours longer. But once you allow yourself to go down the Cycling Mikey rabbit hole and, like, watch the videos on his channel, it is really hard to stop. And in the end, you go insane. And I quite like to not go insane. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like and subscribe.